Hello, everyone. It is Sunday, November 30th, and I'm not going to say I'm off to a late start anymore because this is like the new norm for me. It's just been, I had a lot of things to finish up today. I needed to run to the post office, and look at this. I got this shiny, pretty package. I mean, who doesn't like shiny packages, right? We'll find out what's in there in a little bit. That is from Christine at What's Up Cupcake. So, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We did. So, Wednesday was kind of a bust. Thursday, as far as crocheting went. Thursday was a bust as far as crocheting went. So really, I only have Friday and Saturday makes here, but I think I did pretty good for Friday and Saturday. Now, I did make one thing on Thursday, and that was for my order that I have, which leaves me with two more things, remaking the dog in the bag and gummy worm. So that, I am going to finish that up today. If it's the last thing I do for the day, I'm going to finish up that order. So, while trying to crochet this week, I was very distracted by Etsy. These crochet designers have had some absolutely awesome sales going on, including myself. I've been running a sale which ends tomorrow night at midnight, which would be December 1st at midnight. I think that's how it works. But like Shannon, with all her fabulous patterns, like anywhere from 35 to 50% off. Oh my gosh, there are so many. I shopped like 3 times. And with the thought in mind that that'll keep me going for a little while, because I like to show new things each week and not always remakes. But I figured it would keep me busy for a while. So what did I end up doing? I got into 1, 2, 3, 3 of the new patterns already. But I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, but that one doesn't really count because it ended up not working for me. Come on. Go, 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 go. 14, 15, yeah, 15 new patterns. I could not, and you should not, pass up these sales. Some of them are still going. Some of them go through tomorrow. Some of them might end today. Some of them have already ended. But there are some like killer sales. I cannot believe how many patterns that I bought. And just, yeah. And then I got into them. And I wasn't supposed to. I am supposed to be making the things that I know sell well, that because I have back-to-back markets so I have extra because I'll have no recovery time. That's what I'm supposed to be doing, but that is not what happened. Completely. I did manage to touch on one pattern. Okay, so what else exciting has happened? Oh, I had to rename the cat. Ranger has a new name. Because John would call him the black one, and he'd call the little girl kitty the other one. So we had to come up with names. They're now going to be called, Ranger is Sam, and the little girl kitty is Molly. So Sam and Molly. Let me know if you know which movie those character names are from in the comment section. Because I just rewatched it again last week, and I'm like, those are perfect names. Perfect names for the babies. So let me know if you know what movie they're from. Okay, so what did I do? All right, I bought all the new patterns, right? So I started making the new pattern. 2 reasons. This pattern caught my eye because it can go in my Safer for Baby section. And the dogs in the bed sell real well. The cats in the bed sell real well. So I thought, you know what? These will probably do pretty well too. And I think, but I am not 100% sure, I think I saw somebody share these a little while ago. I want to say it was either Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet or Karen at Yarn and Whimsy. But I really don't remember. So if it wasn't you guys, sorry. If it is you guys, yay. If I totally got it wrong, I'm sorry. I just don't remember. It was probably a good month ago that I saw this. But anyways, so I bought this pattern and I started off with, of course, the kitty cat. And look at this. This little kitty, you can have the little paws tucked in or out like this. It's a little blanket. It's got sleepy eyes. And I was like, these will be perfect for the Safer for Baby section. And let me tuck his little arms in so I can show you what that looks like. So the pattern comes with a cat, a dog, and a bunny. And the one I like the least, but I think it's because I'm pretty sure I messed it up, is the bunny. So there he is with his little arms tucked in. He's got his little sleepy eye. So I did this cat. This was the first one. Then I tried to do a dog. And I'm going to have to like double up on the yarn for the eyes because it's kind of hiding the eyes. But here we have the dog. Did it in some variegated in brights, and then this is a mystical. He comes out as well. Oh my gosh, this light just shows all the little things that you miss. So I changed color for the muzzle so the muzzle would really stand out with all the other stuff that's going on with using a variegated. And this is Spearmint in the Mystical. These are much faster than the dog in the bed, but the dog in the bed, I won't give that up because I really do like that pattern. So he's all tucked in. So we have one cat and one dog. And then I tried the bunny. Now, I say I don't like the bunny, but I think somehow I ended up with an extra round in the head. I mean, they all pretty much have the same... Oh, one of my hairs. They all pretty much have the same body shape. But I think I ended up getting distracted and having an extra round in the head. But I think one of the reasons, other than that I don't like it is the color. So I had the same problem making the bunny for my custom order. I bought a pattern for it. And it was a total loss. It just did not work. And I think part of it was, okay, I started off using the Parfait Plush, and I was using Toffee, and then I ran out right with only a couple of rounds left on the head and the ears to make for the bunny. So I get out another skein, and don't you know that the color was drastically different. And the new one, next to the old one, had like a green hue to it. And I was just like, this isn't going to work. And then I thought, okay, well, it's going to be wearing a bucket hat. So you won't really see the top of the head. And the ears, it'll be separated from the rest of it. So maybe it won't be that noticeable. So I went ahead and finished. I make the bucket hat. I go to put the bucket hat on it, and I broke the little guy's neck doing it. And I just really, I didn't like it anyways. So that was a wash. I started all over with a completely different pattern. But so yeah, we have this bunny. Now, my blankets all came out different sizes. I think that had a lot to do with the thickness of the yarn. Plus, as I made the blankets, my tension was getting looser. So you have to be mindful of that. Like, so some of these are really big. Like this cranberry blanket, this yarn was very thick compared to the rest of it. But we have another kitty. And I only gave it the gray ears. So I feel like I'm limited on cat colors because I want to do them like real colors. I don't want, you know, pink cats and purple cats, and I want them to look real, you know, like the real animal color. So I'm a little limited, and I'm getting so low on some of my browns. Ugh, I can't wait for my delivery. So we did the other cat. And then we did another dog. In this, I used up the last of my rust. Like, I had like this much left over to weave in the ends. It was like, I was right down to the wire on the rust. Couldn't believe it. And this is another mystical. So maybe it was this one and then this one, because the blankets are pretty much the same size. And then this one. And then when I got into making the blankets, because at first I wasn't going to do the bunny, and I was like, you know what? I made it. Let's put it out there. It probably has a little bigger head, but it'll be fine. And then these last two blankets came out much bigger. So, because I did all the animals and then I did the blankets, which, you know, that's kind of batch crocheting, and I don't really like that. But that's what I ended up doing. So then, you guys, I got into another new pattern. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This pattern came from, let me find it, Plushie Co. patterns. This one with the cat, the dog, and the blanket. And let me double check and see if she is still on sale. Wow. There's 2 more days left on this. It is 60% off. So that whole pattern with the dog, the cat, the bunny, and the blanket is $3.87 US. Awesome price. Well worth the money. Well, I did it. I got into another of the new patterns. Let me get to the right page here. And this, believe it or not, I don't usually have this problem, but it came out a little bigger than I thought it was going to. And again, this one was bought with the safer for baby section in mind. And it is a, oh gosh, I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Hugurumi, H-U-G-H-U, and then a capital G, Yurumi, whatever. Hugurumi, H-U-G-U-R-U-M-I toys. And it is a capybara. I bought a capybara pattern a long time ago, and I think I made them once, and it was so confusing. I had no idea what was going on. I could not figure, like, I'm making the ears, but I'm thinking they're legs, or I'm making the legs and their ears, or I don't know, but it, like, the head and everything came out wonky. So I never, like, really made that one again. But when I saw these on her site, I was like, oh, those are so cute. Look at how tiny and cute they would be for the Safer for Baby section. And again, super easy eyes. Super easy eyes. It's just a line. So we did this one. And I lied. This is what I used the last of the rust on. The last little bit, I knew I finished it off. And we did this one. And then we did one more. This one. I'm not sure which one I like best. Color-wise. Really easy pattern. Really fast. I think it's like 14 or 15 rounds. Maybe 17. I don't remember. But I did 3 of them rather quickly. Okay, so this one was first. And I was like, oh my gosh, the color change is on the head. That's why I remember that. So then when I got to these, I did it a little bit different. So it's still noticeable, but not quite as noticeable. I'm like, it should be on the bottom. It should not be on the top of the head. So just keep that in mind. Very easy to read pattern. Very fast. And there's a little, like, I did not make it, and I probably will, maybe. I can go back and do it. There's like a little headband, bonnet, bandana type thing that you can put on it. And then again, yeah, that would make it, because it's removable, like an interactive toy. Because I know a lot of people are liking the interactive toys these days. So I did that. And you guys, I got into one more of the new patterns. I know. So, I couldn't help myself. I absolutely could not help myself. When I first started looking on Etsy, I had a few things in mind. One was Safer for Baby, but the other was also the mini loveys, which technically is also Safer for Babies. I wasn't thinking about book buddies this time. But I came across the cutest little lovey patterns. And I want to say that Karen from Yarn and Whimsy featured a pattern by this particular designer before, which is Odd Dolly. I think it was a comparison video between Della the Duck and Odd Dolly's Duck. Now, these are on sale. This pattern is still on sale for 2 more days. I think that means today and tomorrow. And they're on sale for $4.14. And I forgot to tell you how much these were on sale for. This is 60% off. So it is $2.90 for the capybara pattern. And all these prices are US dollar. Okay, so let me go back to the other one. There we go. Okay, so this pattern is 25% off. It is $4.14. And it is this cute elephant. Now, I was wanting the mini loveys, and I did this one out of Bernat, and this is Baby Sand. And when I look at this color, I see gray, and then the next time I look at this color, I see tan. So I'm not really sure what color Baby Sand is, but in my lighting, when I was picking a color, it looked gray to me. Right now, it kind of looks tan. I don't know. But it's fine. So this little elephant is probably a little bigger than I anticipated. At least that's what I was thinking when I was looking at it. But it is about the same size as these from Just a Mom Crocheting. So, this was a no-sew pattern. I totally found how the ears were attached interesting. They're not just floppy. There's 6 stitches that you crochet them in that is holding them in place. You make the ears, you make the arms, you make the legs. The tail is surface crocheted. So then you start with the body, you crochet in the legs, you're working your way up, you crochet in the arms, and then you set it aside. Then you do the head. You start at the trunk and it works its way back. She uses safety eyes in the picture, which most of them, in fairness, most every designer, when they're showing you the loveys, they're showing you with safety eyes in it. And if you're trying to give it to a baby, you cannot have those safety eyes. I mean, you just can't. So you don't really know how it's going to end up looking when you embroider the eyes. So you kind of just got to take a chance. But we did embroider the eyes on this one, and I think they look all right. I think it looks cute. But anyway, so you start at the trunk. You work your way back, you put in your safety eyes, but I skipped that part. You get to the part where you crochet in the ears, and now you're going to start to attach the body. Half the neck in one row, the other half of the neck in the next. No stuffing in the arms or legs or the trunk, just the head. So I thought it went really quick. It really did. I did not time myself, but I can tell you it was really fast, especially for it being my first time doing the pattern and doing one of Dolly's patterns. So, and everybody, kind of uses, well, not everybody. A lot of people use the same type of format, but I've been running into some designers lately that it's just slightly different. So I have to pre-read, and then sometimes I have to go back up and look at the map key to see what exactly do they mean by this abbreviation. Now, that didn't necessarily happen with this, but there was some that it did happen with. So we made that. I went totally out of sequence. The cats are playing underneath the door. So I told you on Thursday. What am I doing? Oh. On Thursday, well, Wednesday and Thursday, I was working on the bunny for my custom order. And the first one was a bust. I told you that. But the second one, I used a pattern that I already had. Now, this pattern is... I bought this a long time ago. It is also currently on sale. It is by Shop for the Patterns. And it is 50% off. It is on sale for $6.65. Now, I can tell you that there is no way, back when I first started buying patterns, that I would have paid $13.30 for a pattern. So this is either someone that is now valuing their skills a lot more, or someone has taught them how to play the game that a lot of the shops on Etsy do. Market high and just constantly run a sale so that you get the price that you want, and it tricks people. And I think that's what's going on right here, because I know that I would not have paid that much money for a pattern back when I bought this. So I did have to do some tweaking to this. I know you can see the ears here. I did have to do some tweaking with this. The arms did not get crocheted in. I had to sew them on separate. I had to give it little slippers and make it a bucket hat and a cup of coffee. And you know what? I think I did pretty good. So here it is. Sarah wanted an orange bucket hat, and she wanted it holding a cup of coffee. She has someone special in mind that she's giving it to. But she wanted little slippers on it with smiley faces. And I was like, well, I think I have to make them to match the hat. So then we did the cup of coffee. You can see he's got his coffee right there. This definitely was a challenge. He's got his little tail. The hat makes the head very heavy. So I'm not so sure that it will sit on its own without being propped up with something. Because it is top heavy because of the hat. But I think it turned out just darling. So, yeah, I like it. Face has shape. I almost forgot I even had this pattern. It comes with a cat, a bear, and the bunny. There are 2 ways to make the ears. Long floppy ears or standing on top of the head like this one is. And when I first made them, I've only made the bunny. I have not made the bear, and I have not made the cat. But when I first made them, my very first one had the long floppy ears, and my second one the first one was out of white, and the second one I did out of gray with the little ears sticking up, and I really liked the sticking up ears better. But the long floppy eared bunny sold first. And I had made a bigger pink one out, just thicker yarn. And I think that sold next. And then finally the little gray one, the one that I thought was the cutest. Maybe I need to rethink. I don't know. So after I did these, now I'm really trying to stay on task. I feel like a little kid that has to keep being reminded of what they should be doing. Oh my goodness. I'm getting quite the pile back here that needs to be priced. But yeah. I had, I just treated myself to all those patterns, so I had to. But being on task, this was one that needed to be done because I need to be able to get this shipped out soon. So I'm like, okay, I need to make things to restock my smalls. So yesterday I started on the cats and the beds. And you know what I did? I made all the beds first. Don't do it. And I was moving along rather quickly. Then I got to the cats. Now I'm getting bored. So it took me longer than it should have. I cannot do that. I will keep kicking myself. I cannot do that. Even though I got to change up colors, I just couldn't do it. So we started with this. I had a little teeny tiny bit of that light gray left. And it was just enough. I mean, just enough to do that little patch and the ear. And she got some silver eyes and a tie-dye bed, which this one I lost at Yarn Chicken. I was like, I had enough. I can make 2 beds. I'm sure I can. So I made the first bed. Then I get started on the second one, and I had half around, 12 or so stitches there, and then coming back. So I just picked up this pale yellow that was a small little scrap ball and finished off with that. But it looks fine. Nobody will know. Nobody at all. So we have that one, and then this one. And this was also a scrap ball. And I just changed the color for the muzzle just so that it showed up a little bit more. And it got pink eyes. And those are the moon something or other, not the glitter. I think they look very dimensional. I like them. And we did a winter white with a hibiscus pink bed. And I had a little bit of variegated, just a little bit, because I had to finish it up with the winter white and make his ears with the winter white. So, but that looks like normal to me. Brown variegated, I'm not sure with cats, but you know, he's kind of like my calico. So I did that, and we did a black one with green eyes, and this was just enough to finish up 2 beds in this color, and that skein is completely gone. And that one went with a little gray kitty, and I am almost out of that gray. Hopefully I get my order shows up soon. I think I ordered gray. Pretty sure I did. And that was one of the main reasons, other than the browns, so I just can't seem to have enough of, that I ordered those. So that I went back. Oh, speaking of that, I get the notification that Premier is having 20% off sale on everything. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go order some yarn because I need to. Well, when I first went, of course, they were out of like half the colors that I needed. But I placed the order to get the ones that I could. And then everyone started telling me, oh, Premier restocked. And I'm like, are you serious? So I went back and I placed another order. Oh, my goodness. So I have 2 Premier orders on the way. Yeah, 2. But so we have 6 cats. 6 cats with their beds. And I think that this gives me a total of 13 of them now. Hopefully that's enough for 2 markets. We'll see. I need to move on to other things, but I can't spend all my time on one thing. I would rather have a little bit of a lot than a whole bunch of one, if that makes sense to you. So then my final item, after I spent so much time working with the Brights and the Bernat, my hands felt like, okay, they need to be treated to some soft yarn. And that's what I did. I got out one of Shannon's splitting patterns. Oh my goodness. I didn't tell you. This is from Poggy's Place. And I'm pretty sure she is still on sale as well. Let me double check for you. Come on. Go there. There we go. Okay. Poggy's Place is 30% off, and there's 2 days. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that includes today. And instead of $14 for that pattern it's the Perfect Pack Little Critters, it is $9.79. Makes it a little bit easier to pull the trigger. So anyhow, we went back to, it's not where I want to be. We went back to the splooters from Snuggle Beans Crochet, because there are still a few that I have not made. And I made one. And I used some plush yarn. This one is, and she is currently on sale. She has probably got one of the best deals. This particular pattern is 40% off. So it is Mitzi the Mouse. Now, I did not use a safety nose. I embroidered a nose to match the same color pink that I used in the ears and on the feet. I had to place an emergency order on Amazon for safety eyes. And I just kept my fingers crossed that I was going to get some decent backs for them. And I had to order 2. It was 2 packs of 64, but it's like 16 pairs of eyes, because they count each piece as a piece. But one of them came without the glitter discs. I'm very disappointed. So now I don't have enough discs to go with the eyes that I ordered. But the backs were a decent back. So I was like, thank goodness. Because I did still have a few of the other backs that I ordered left. But I was completely out of 30s and 35s. And in order to be able to do the splooters, and I need them before the end of the week, I needed to order from Amazon. So we did Mitzi the mouse. The other one that I wanted to make, I was like, oh, I might be a little too tired. My hands might be a little too done in. Let me do this one because it is easier. And yes, it is easy. This was one of the easiest ones that she has. The frog, oh my gosh. The bear is easy. Darth is a little more involved. The frog, the bear, the mouse. I'm just scrolling her page right now. The Highland cow is not hard, but it is more involved. I still have not done the cat. I haven't done the pig. There are so many I have not done yet. Shame on me. The deer, of course, is like the best seller for the finished plushie. Because I've made 4 and I've sold 3. I have 1 to take to market with me. The sheep, I made 1, sold it. Oh my gosh, there's just so many. And you have, I'm pretty sure I told you 2 days on the sale. Come on, go back. Go back. Oh, I'm already there. Excuse me. Sale ends in 12 hours and 17 minutes. So today is the last day of Shannon's sale. And she has got some killer deals. It's something that I would not pass up. If you were wanting her patterns, do it now. Do it now. The price is fan-freaking-tastic. So those are all my makes. And I have my yarn orders placed. And now we're going to find out what's in the shiny box. Who wants to know what's in the shiny box? I do. Let me see. Do I have something sharp here? Oh, I don't want to use those good scissors. No, no, no. Don't do that. Everything's just so buried. This'll work. This'll work. Maybe. Yes, it will. Okay. So, yeah. Let's go in through the side. We want to find out who doesn't love a shiny package. Let's find out. Let's just take a look-see. If I can get into it. She uses some good tape. Okay. Oh, she sent something for me and the kittens. Some stitch markers. Oh, let's see what the kittens got. Oh my goodness. Aw. How cute. Pouncers by Chester and Pearl. Catnip Crinkle. Look at those. The little handmade catnips. Oh, now you're giving me some ideas here. How stinking cute. Awaken your cat's playful instincts with the thrill of the hunt. Engage your cat in a lively game of pounce and play with pouncers containing a delightful blend of catnip and silvervine. The attention-grabbing crinkle sound creates an interesting invitation to play. Oh my goodness. Christine, you are so So nice. You are, oh my gosh. She sent me some eyes. Can you see all the different colors in there? I'm not sure what size they are. 20 millimeter maybe? Look at those pretty colors. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. And then these, I want to say, are 25 millimeter. But look at these gorgeous, look at how pretty they are. I need some fancy glitter. Wow. Thank you so much. Those are just beautiful. And she has been running a great sale in her shop. These are, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so nice. She is a beautiful human being. So nice. I am sure that the kittens are just going to love these. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, you guys. Gonna make me cry. I need to get to work. Okay. So that's Christine. Some cute little stickers. And some heart-shaped stitch markers. How cute. How cute can they be? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. I need to get off of here and get some work done. I want to finish that order today. That is my goal for the day, is to finish the order. If I can keep myself from being distracted from all these sales on Etsy, oh my goodness. Wait, I can't tell you what they all are. It'll take the surprise out of it. But just wait till you see all the different types of patterns that I got. I wish I had time to do them all before this market, but I can't. It's just not possible. Just not physically possible. Because I do like my sleep. All right, you guys, we will see you tomorrow night, which is Monday, December 1st, on Heather's channel for our joint live at 7 p.m. Eastern. And we'll see you there.